The Miami Dolphins have done a lot this offseason. They've improved the secondary by bringing Jalen Ramsey, adding Deshaun Elliott. The defense as a whole has, I think, really taken a step up, getting Vic Fangio, getting David Long. They've done well to cement the defensive side of the ball, but now they do need to take care of one of their own. They've made these additions, and I certainly think that the defense is going to be much improved, especially with Vic Fangio. But Christian Wilkins is a name that's been floating around a lot this offseason as a potential extension candidate. Mike Gesicki was somebody who this time last year, we were having these same conversations. He got tagged. His performance warranted that, and then his performance warranted letting him leave. Christian Wilkins is the complete opposite type of player. Christian Wilkins last year was third on the team, total tackles, tied for fifth on the team in sacks. That from the interior defensive line. I'm not going to get into it, but his advanced stats, if you look at him against the run, one of the best run stoppers from the interior defensive line in the entire league. And we are getting to a point where you are going to have to make a decision on Christian Wilkins. I think this decision is extremely easy. Pay the man. Find a way. Find the money. This is why you draft players in the first round. You draft players in the first round to come in, have immediate success, have an immediate impact on the team. That's why you elected him captain. And that's why he's played as much and as well as he has. And this last season, I think he got better as the season went on. You look at some of those games at the end, it will always stick out to me. That first quarter against the Los Angeles Chargers was perfect. He played absolutely perfect. While there was a lot of defensive struggles last season, I don't think any of that was to blame on Christian Wilkins. But his contract is coming up. I believe this year he's going into his fifth-year option. So next offseason is when he's going to have to be tagged, extended, or let to walk. So first to determine what kind of money he's probably going to get, let's look at around the NFL. And if you look at the top 5 defensive linemen, not one of them are below $21 million. The last one that was signed, I believe, was Payne from the Washington Commanders, and he got around $22.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was actually $22.6 million. And then you look at the next few. I know DeForest Buckner's there. We're looking at it starts all the way really high. You start with Aaron Donald. He's making $33 million, but then the rest of it kind of starts to make more sense. 23, 22, 22, $21 million. And I think Christian Wilkins is going to get no less than $20 million. He has proved to be one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL, and he is going to have to get paid as such. It sucks that salary caps are a thing and that you are beholden to it because you draft somebody like Christian Wilkins, and there are conversations. I'm sure there's slight conversations in the building as to what to do, and you, as a team, it would be irresponsible to not address all possible scenarios. But I think this is clear cut. Keep Christian Wilkins. Now, what is the right figure? Aaron Donald at $33 million. He's in a realm of his own. He is arguably the best defensive lineman in NFL history. He stands here. He's staying there. Christian Wilkins is not getting Aaron Donald money. But you start to look at what he actually could get. I think there's a very good chance he becomes the second highest paid defensive tackle. It stings to have to spend that much money on a defensive tackle when we do know there's so much more of a need across the rest of the team. We need to continue to add to the offensive line, need to find a tight end, need to find other things. But that's just how NFL works. That's how football works with a salary cap. You just can't address everything. You have these needs, and you got to determine where to spend the money. And I think it is crucial to give Christian Wilkins his money. In terms of range that I assume he's going to get paid, I'm going to assume it's going to be around the 23, 24, 25 even $1 million range. You could be looking at a 4-year, $25 million contract that will see him earning $100 million over 4 years. Now, I'm sure it'd be a situation like we've seen with Tyreek Hill, like I assume we've seen with Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, where they sign their contract, and then shift a lot of that money into signing bonus. So that doesn't hurt the cap as much. The only thing that hurts is the owner, who is going to have to shell out guaranteed money up front. And that's why you don't see everybody done that too, because then he'd be giving out millions and millions and millions to every player. That's just not realistic. At the end of the day, it is a business, and they do make decisions based off money. So while we wish, even though it's not our money, we could control it like our money, that's just not the case. But with a player like Christian Wilkins, who you can rely on, he is one of the best defensive players on the team. He was the most reliable defensive player last year. I think they'd be very comfortable with giving him that money up front. Hasn't had really any injuries, just thinking off the top of my head that I can think of. I can't think of a single time where Christian Wilkins has even missed a game. So you don't have to worry about the health when it comes to him. Maybe that changes. We've seen in players as their careers progress, injuries start to stack up, but he's still a very young player. So I don't really worry about that with him. Has not shown us injury history prior. I don't expect him to show us injury history from here on out. I would pay him the money. $100 million is a lot of money to give an interior defensive lineman, but he's captain on the team. One of the best players, was probably the best defensive player on the team last year. It sucks to have to pay him that much, and it's going to affect the salary cap, but players like that, you just simply can't let walk.